welcome to the Easy Allies podcast. I'm Iowa Hink, hosting instead of Michael Huber because he's out on assignment for work-related purposes today.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
very excited what's going to come out of this.
We can't tell you what it is, but it is work-related, so don't get on his
It's funny
case.
because there's a part of me that was like, I wasn't sure whether he would want to do this one or not.
This is Daniel Bloodworth, by the way.
And he was like over the moon in.
Oh,
yeah,
good,
so,
good. Let that
Nothing
be
was gonna stop that,
a
man.
hint to you, chat. And then there's Damiani. Michael Felicity Damiani.
Felicity.
Taking the form of Robamiani here today in the office.
All right. How's it going?
I guessed your middle name. Was I close?
It starts with B.
Ballicity.
So you're only like
Michael
3 letters off.
Ballicity.
Yeah.
3 letters off?
4.
4. Barlipides.
Felicity Bellicity.
Felicity. Yeah, just more
you're
letters.
go down 4 more.
Bill.
Not Bill.
Anyway, we're going to spend...
This is the podcast.
The podcast today, we guessed Damiani's middle name, birthday, and social security number.
I mean, I do the taxes, so I think I have all that information.
I think I also have all that information.
Blood
We could have
has
told
doxed
you
us all.
any time what his birthday was. I actually don't know it, but I could
I don't know
find
it off the top
out.
of my head
I
now.
could find out. My birthday is on Tuesday, and we'll be live streaming
Tuesday.
with. I almost said
Happy
celebrity
birthday.
showcase. You're celebrities to us. Community showcase is also this Tuesday.
we need that stream team poll.
Stream team poll. Also, heads up, we're gonna start doing community showcase before group stream, so that
Damiani can sleep.
Damiani doesn't have to stay up until 11 p.m. looking at all your beautiful submissions. He can be more engaged that way, and it makes sense to do it that way. So we'll start community showcase at like 4:30, depending on how many submissions we get.
I think 4:30 will do it.
Yeah, probably 4:30.
Usually it's like an hour, and then sometimes it goes over.
Yeah.
Because usually when we go later than 9, it's not because showcase was long, it's because we went long on group stream and then started showcase.
Yeah. Or because some kind of a tirade about football or fast food sauces has.
I got an email
added-
from Denny's right before this. So,
We did get an email from Denny's right before this. I always know a good email, or an email is prime for ignore if it starts with we love your content and we think this would resonate with your readers.
Yeah.
With your
Those are the
readers.
best, aren't they?
And I'm always just like,
yeah.
Our readers? We can't even read. Get off our case. Anyways, welcome to the podcast today. We are talking about what's new, what's news, and what we've been playing. We've got some news, and we have been playing things. We got some new game announcements. That's the best way to start a podcast. So we'll start with happy stuff. Then we got the Dice Awards, which is cool. And then we got some real irritating garbage stuff that we'll talk about. And then we'll get happy again talking about some games. We got Mario Tennis Fever, Awaysis, and that kind of stuff. So that'll be nice. And then we've got something special in a week or two that is exciting, but we can't tell you about it yet. But be excited for that.
Top secret.
Top secret! All right. Weekly segment, guess Damiani's middle name. 2 guesses per episode. Ooh, that's funny, Sophia. I like that. Oh, yeah, Sophia's been producing our podcast for like 2 months.
Oh,
by the way.
we can say that now. Nice.
Yeah, whatever.
Heck yeah.
We could do a bigger like thing. We'll have her on sometime soon.
As I said, it's all my fault.
Yeah, Blood had the idea that Sophia should produce the podcast, and we all loved it. So, because that means we don't have to do it. No, we enjoy it. All right, game announcements. This one is especially awesome. If you saw our social media post the other day, because someone wrote in last week's podcast, so Thursday, 1 week ago from today, someone wrote in, hey, I've been missing .hack. Huber, can you use your magic powers to make a .hack game happen? Then Monday, they announced a .hack game. Literally like 3-4 days later, it happens. So you're welcome for that. It's too bad Huber is on assignment because he can't He can't bathe in the glory of his. Although we can't let it go to his head because he might start using his powers for evil.
Yeah, for evil.
Yeah, he might start wishing things into existence that we just don't need, like
Yeah.
more
like,
Call of Duty or
a
something.
remaster of Duke Nukem Forever or something. Yeah.
Although I would play it. Yeah. So .hack / Z.E.R.O. There are periods in between each one, but .hack 0. It was announced. Starting with Huber manifested a .hack game, and My Latin Lovers who sent that question in. Yeah, so thank
Beautiful.
you for that. .hack 0, also known as Project Dusk, sees the return to the series for the first time in 14 years, and is an action RPG developed for consoles by CyberConnect 2, who is celebrating their 30th anniversary. Dude,
Old
this is hype.
CyberConnect 2.
Yeah, good old CyberConnect, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I was pretty into .hack for a couple of years there in high school. And so, yeah, this looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
I
February
almost-
16th was their 30th. Nice.
I had almost nothing about .hack other than like
Nobody
a few,
does.
Yeah.
I played it and watched the anime, and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, I don't feel so bad anymore.
Well, there's like 20 games, too.
But I'm definitely familiar with CyberConnect too. I mean,
Yeah.
they did those fantastic Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games that I thought were like the second one especially was a pretty big step up. I felt like, dang, this is the studio to do like anime adaptations into video games. So it's kind of like good to see them still kicking.
Yeah, this
Like
is actually really interesting. So they always made the .hack games.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco published before, but they gave them permission to do this one all on their own and self-publish.
Weird.
nice.
'Cause
It's going to be their first fully self-published game.
Very generous
Interesting.
of
Oh, I guess
Bandai
it's
Namco.
just branding stuff because Bandai Namco is still in the copyright at the end of the trailer. That's interesting.
Probably is licensing it. Right?
Yeah, they might have some ownership over the property.
Yeah. I wonder if they like helped finance it or something. I'm so confused. This is a complete aside, but I'm so confused. Like, I love Konami's vibe right now of just like let's get other people to what about games? Just about their game. Like, I'm happy that Silent Hill has a pulse and that Castlevania has a
Yeah.
pulse. But I'm confused about Townfall specifically because I'm like, what is Annapurna's role? Because isn't Konami a publisher?
Yeah.
Konami's a publisher.
This
Aren't
is
they?
yeah.
So what if-
Annapurna does have a dev team too, though. But I don't
Not
know.
having like
News to
that
me.
transparency. Yeah, it's
I'm
kind
just
of
curious what's going
frustrating
on there.
sometimes up front.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like you'll find out eventually. But
mean,
it
I
seems like
watched-
so many companies are very timid about revealing like who's working on it or who's doing what and
who's
what.
doing what.
Sometimes it's like, why?
I
Is this
watched
such a big deal?
I watched most of the transmission, but I will confess I skipped over the parts where they were just kind of talking to each other. So they might have explained it in there. But I watched like the cool tour of the Scottish town that they used for Townfall. It looks really cool. Anyway, .hack is sick, and I'm excited this is coming, and I'll probably check it out.
Yeah. Great that
Yeah.
Huber willed it into existence.
I watched
Yeah.
some episodes of the anime back in the day, but I really
you
never
did?
played the games.
.hack, dude.
Nice.
I remember there was a lot of like, running around in like void spaces. classic video game related anime stuff. Also announced just recently, and also an anniversary. Layers of Fear 3 was announced. Speaking of anniversaries, on February 16th, it was the 10th anniversary of Layers of Fear. And this week, Bloober Team announced that they will be adding a third game to the series. The game was announced with a live-action teaser featuring a man reading William Blake's poem, The Sick Rose. Bloober Team famously made Silent Hill 2 remake and are additionally also working on a remake of the first Silent Hill game. Don and I watched
Also,
this
Chronos
trailer.
is sick. Don't
Huh?
skip Chronos.
Chronos, yeah, that was them too. Yeah, I kind of slept on last year in most of the.
I think so. I think a lot of people either didn't get to it or forgot about it.
Yeah.
Because I actually really like that game. I think it's. I did not play the Silent Hill 2 remake, but out
Oh,
of the Bloober
shit.
stuff I have played, like, it was definitely a step up from the medium.
I
and
would
that was
say,
the medium team.
I would say Chronos and Silent Hill 2 are probably among the best things, or maybe the best things they've made.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2, I only played a few hours of Chronos, but I beat Silent Hill 2 Remake a couple of times, and it is real good. This trailer is weird as shit because
I don't get it.
It's entirely ADR. It seems like the lip sync is weird.
Oh, okay,
not
that wasn't
right.
just me. Okay.
Because no, I think what's happening is it's maybe the voice of the guy from the game, but an actor
I see.
lip syncing. To guess, I've only played the first Layers of Fear, and it was 10 years ago. But maybe that's what they're doing here. Like the guy does a great performance, but the lip sync is just bad. And also, Don pointed out, it says it's 1080 on YouTube, but it's like 800 by whatever the math on that is. Like it's weirdly small, and like the compression is sort of
Yeah,
scuffed.
it's got like a whole frame around it.
It's
Yeah.
weird. This trailer is weird, but it's a horror game, so maybe that's on purpose. Maybe it's all on purpose. Maybe it's hiding a message. Maybe there's like a coded message. Who's to say? But Layers of Fear 3.
These games don't really have like
The 3 is
combat,
in the silent,
right? It's
or
all
the
very puzzly,
Stranger Things font.
atmospheric.
Yeah. I don't remember there being combat. You made me close chat, so I can't tell if they're correcting me on that or not. I'm not afraid of you, chat. Blood and Huber get real mad at me. And I don't know why. But, yeah. That's the way it is. Layers of... I almost said Strangers of Fear.
Strangers of Fear.
So I wonder if it is
Fear.
the Chronos team, because my understanding when I was there was that they had 2 teams.
Wow.
So
Must
they
be nice.
had the Silent Hill team, and they had the the original IP team.
I feel like they would have to at this point, because those are big projects. Silent Hill 2 was large, and they came out with another game the next year, so that's crazy.
Alternate dialogue recording or automated dialogue recording?
ADR stand. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't explain what that is.
It's looping.
Recording lines after the fact. It stands for, like automated or automatic dialogue recording.
Yeah, automatic.
Which is weird because it's not.
Is it dialogue recording or replacement? I don't remember.
Or dialogue replacement. Yeah, it's
Replacement. Sorry, replacement.
It's not automatic, so you have to do it. So it's
automated.
It's weird. Yeah, it's a weird old term. But ADR means someone recorded
Automated,
the voice
yeah,
later.
It's automated,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually
right,
if you're in a very loud environment like a factory or something, like miking those people is not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want reference sound at minimum so you can try to match with. But what it seems like they maybe did here was they had their voice. If I were to guess, they had the voice first, and this guy was trying to match the voice performance. That would be my guess as to what happened here. But who knows? Or they just didn't take the time to make it good. I don't know. But the weird trailer, but cool that it's coming back. All right. In shitty news, the Escapist and more sites are hit with layoffs as ownership group pivots to AI. Clickout Media, the owner of websites like The Escapist, Esports Insider, and Adventure Gamers, is, according to reporting by Insider Gaming, going to pivot to AI, which apparently means firing a bunch of their staff. According to the report, it is said that Clickout Media will be maintaining a skeleton crew of AI editors. Multiple reporters have taken to LinkedIn and Blue Sky to confirm that they were let go. According to Kotaku, Clickout Media is a group that buys up gaming sites and then forces them to host endless unmarked advertorial content for gambling sites and casinos.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So you can feel free to never visit those sites ever again.
Yeah, Escapist has been through a few of these rounds. Famously, just a couple of years ago, the whole team walked out on the management and created Second Wind. And Nick Calandro's got that going, and he's doing a showcase this year now.
You're all about showcases today. Great, I got signed out.
Oh yeah,
Good job,
yeah.
Google.
That's the podcast
As
host
is
right there. You
tradition.
get signed out of Google during the show. But yeah,
I'm using it. I just used it, Google.
yeah, it's basically a timer. So if you
Yeah.
log in during the podcast, you're gonna get logged out during the podcast, and so it's just gonna keep happening.
But I don't know.
So you got to log out some random day
Yeah.
at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Log back in, and then
Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, but yeah, no, it's it sucks. And it's like they were saying, it's been happening. This kind of stuff has been happening to a lot of sites where they just, shutter them or have them do a bunch of filler articles. I mean, we were saying that, some of this details came from Kotaku's reporting, but Kotaku also is, being forced to do dumb stuff by their management and, put out quote unquote guides that are just just basic dumb stuff. But it's like, well, it'll fill the quota for how many guides we're supposed to put out every week, right?
It's so weird that the logic of the internet of traditional sites with articles and stuff was make articles to put ads on them so that the humans reading the articles will purchase things from these ads. And then
But worked for magazines.
Well, then, yeah, but then the natural conclusion of that is okay, more articles, more ads. Great. So the quality of the articles dropped. But now it's we can have machines just puke out infinite articles. And then the machines will skim those infinite articles to power themselves. And then they all know that these articles are worthless trash, so no one will read it anymore. So the AI is just reading itself, and the companies are just paying each other because everything is fake and weird and terrible.
Yeah, Google's made a whole mess of things the past couple of years too. And then and the ad ops side of things, I've never been involved with because all those people got laid off at Game Trailers before anyone could teach me about anything like that. So I don't know. There's a whole side of the business that I've never had to worry about because we went from other people handling it to us being patron funded.
Yeah.
And just we're not going to put any freaking ads on the website. What good is that going to do? We're going to get 30 cents off of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if there's anything that's ever been clear is that we here at Easy Allies are not super good at business.
Sure. Yeah.
But, so this sucks. That's about it. It sucks.
Yeah. There's not much more to say about it other than,
Maybe Derek? Who the fuck is Derek?
Pay attention. If site looks a little bit weird, pay attention to who owns them, and it might be one of these groups because they go around buying them up.
Yeah.
Which is also why I'm glad, that Nintendo World Report never sold to anybody because there were a few of those offers, and eventually would have gotten sold down the line, and instead of surviving for 25, 26 years, we would have been dumped along with the rest of these.
Yeah. But if you could cash out, get a fat paycheck and then let somebody else worry about it, would you do it?
But no, but that's the thing. It's they're several generations past mine. They just new people came in as people moved on. Billy, who started the site, he's been at the treehouse at Nintendo for 15 years or something like that now.
Right.
Freaking Jonathan Metz is an aerospace engineer. But we got new people nowadays doing cool freaking stuff. They do some good documentaries and stuff with the Video Game History Foundation. And yeah.
Nice.
Nobody gets paid.
Well.
But they keep that site going.
Speaking of awful layoffs, multiple game studios have reported layoffs this week, including Bluepoint Games shutting down. After another week, another round of layoffs, and to top it all off, it was also reported today, February 19th, via Bloomberg, that Sony is shutting down Bluepoint Studios, affecting roughly 70 people. Bluepoint is known for developing some of the most beloved video game remakes out there, such as the basically perfect Demon's Souls remake, Uncharted, and the basically perfect Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Yeah,
as well as
Shadow of the Colossus is probably the best one.
Yeah, as well as co-developing God of War Ragnarok. So they can't all be winners. Just kidding. Other layoffs announced this week include Ubisoft Splinter Cell Studio, Ubisoft Toronto, who according to GameSpot are letting go of roughly 70 devs, as well as this one hurts because friends of the show, GTFO and Den of Wolves developer Tim Chambers, who according to Eurogamer confirmed a large number of layoffs, including several of the studio's co-founders. So our hearts go out to everyone who's affected by all of that. Bluepoint, though, let's circle back around to that to start with, because, what the fuck? There's never been a more obvious slam dunk than to just, look through your extensive back catalog of winners and just point at one at random and say, Bluepoint, do that for 2 years.
Yeah, make the Infamous trilogy right now.
Yeah. Make fucking Bloodborne. Like, if there's, you could pay 70 people to remake Bloodborne, and it'll sell 1 billion copies, and you keep Bluepoint around. And, like, Bluepoint is so technically, they were, I guess, so technically sound. Like, their stuff was just good.
Not just, here's the thing, because this is why Bluepoint hits harder than all the others, is they were not just technically sound. They were doing stuff, they had expertise that nobody else had. Like, they were, like, reverse engineering these things and figuring all this stuff out and piecing it back together and really, like, diving into that art of, like, we want it to feel like you remember it, but have all of the, you know, the modern bells and whistles and standards and stuff like that.
Like Demon's Souls, like they made, you're so right. They made like crucial decisions like 8-way rolling for Demon's Souls where you're like, this feels like how I remember it. And then you go back and you play Demon's Souls and you're like, oh,
yeah,
my memory was a little kind on this movement system.
Audience is split on the art. But but they built on the bones of that. Like literally, like I think the old Demon's Souls like programming is still like running underneath the hood.
I mean, it probably is because the wonky physics and ragdolling and stuff were still there. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Like, obviously, like, there's always more to it. Like, if they could have just puked out a fucking Bloodborne remake, I'm sure they would have, but there's probably some kind of like rights agreement or something.
Well, no, there's definitely that. But there are other Sony properties, and instead, what we understand is that they were put onto some live service thing.
Which is so stupid.
Because Sony was just putting everyone onto live service things. So that's where I'm like a little bit split on this, because I'm like, how much of Bluepoint is the people that we know that did all that stuff, and how much of it is the name of the studio? And, did people leave during that time because this isn't what I really want to do?
Right, good point.
I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, the nitty-gritty person-by-person details of that. But I do know that, like, they weren't built to make live service games.
Nobody is. We're human beings,
no, there
damn
definitely
it.
were. But it's like same thing with, like, the Bethesda team. Whatever. The multiplayer game. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. ZeniMax or whatever? Or they own Bethesda?
No, I don't know why I'm blanking on it. But, they made the 4-player zombie game instead of an immersive sim. But anyways, so that's the same kind of thing. It's like they make immersive sims. Like, make a multiplayer game. It's like, okay. And, like, everyone on the team is just hoping Microsoft comes in and cancels the game and lets them do something else, right?
But I don't know which one you're talking. Oh, the Redfall thing?
Redfall. Yeah, there it is. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the team name. I was like, Bethesda. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was also thinking of the team. I was blanking on both the name of the game and the name of the team.
Well, if I had chat, Blood.
So, anyways.
Don doesn't chime in with chat.
But it's a similar kind of situation where it's like, they don't have the skills to do the thing that you're wanting to do. Where you expect them to just. You're expecting them to print infinite money.
Right.
But you have them in a position where they could print infinite money.
Right.
Just the different kind of money.
It's like when like a studio hires a super famous film director to like, do some cherished franchise or whatever, but then like gives them notes and won't let them do any choices or creative control or whatever. And it's like, why did you hire this person in the first place? What are you doing? Like, are you crazy? Damiani, thoughts?
Yes. It's just so weird because I thought PlayStation was pushing, they were more about taking their older classic games and repackaging them for new generations. Kind of like them and Nintendo were kind of like 1-2 doing that, and Microsoft was the one who was like championing like backwards compatibility and not really needing to re-release new versions. So it's like, oh, that's one of your like kind of big goals. Sony with PlayStation is to bring back these classic series and like make a new collection or remaster them. Like, you have Bluepoint and you acquire them. Like, isn't that what they're there for? Like, why are you putting them on this completely other project that seems to be like, out of the wheelhouse for now. Like again, we don't have enough transparency. It's like maybe there were things going on behind the scenes and naturally led to that, but like we have no idea. So from the outside looking in, this looks crazy as shit. This looks like batshit insane. And honestly, like I hate this because like it points back to, like you said, like these companies want infinite growth. It's like they could make remasters or these like, you know, quote, I'm struggling because like remake, remaster, I don't know what the hell to call them, whatever Shadow of the Colossus is, whatever you want to call that, like that caliber, and Demon Souls, like that caliber of game, taking an old game and changing it into that. Those would definitely sell and probably make money, but like it's not making enough money, I guess, and it's like it's not worth the time. Just like consumer GPUs are not being made as much anymore, and RAM's not being made for consumers anymore because they'll also go to AI because they're paying more money and it's worth more. So it's like, you still could make money, but like we want to make more money. Like we gotta make the shareholders happy. So like I'm guessing this was like a corporate level decision. Like Sharon's like, who cares? Get them on a live service game. Why the hell are you making these, like, you know, you're making us like nickels and dimes. We want like, you know, $100 bills. Like, get the shit out of here. It's like, okay, but like this is always the problem. It's so fucking short sighted. Then you toss this company and these talented, you know, workers to the curb, like you know, like they don't care about the human aspect of it, but also like they think it's so easy to replace the talent. They either think there's thousands of people lining up that'll take their spot at another project, or more recently, AI is just going to do it for them, which is not. So it's like it's so detached from reality. Like it sucks because like this seems like that was the easiest layup for Sony, and like to not screw this up. And like my sincerest wish for everyone who got laid off is like, I really hope some other big company out there recognizes what your value is, and like hires you all back as a team and be like, especially if you have a strong catalog like Nintendo, maybe you scoop them up and you make a new studio for them, and like that's what they start doing. Obviously, they might want to work on original stuff eventually, but like that should be like their constant like workflow. Like you can work on multiple projects, have the bigger, more ambitious one, but like keep, you know, things afloat by having like those more stable projects. Like this was like feels like the project they were working on feels like it was a shoot for the moon. It's like such a terrible risk to take, and like this. This one's like really like just like a head scratcher. Sorry.
Well, it's so odd, like the way everything is being mismanaged these days, where it's like, people are chasing the games as a service dragon, right? Not ever catching it because it's yesterday's thing, unless the 1 out of 100 projects hits. But then also, like, I feel like, you know, there's no transparency with game budgets, and I wish that we knew more, because then we could report on it with more like knowledge, you know. But it's like this vague like disappearance of AA budget, like the middle budget project, right? It seems like everything is either this massive thing with a huge budget that has to sell like a bunch of copies or everyone's getting fired, and it like everything misses expectations all the time because their expectations are so outsized. And now we have kind of to make matters worse, and this is why I sort of have a bone to pick with certain things, is like the misrepresentation of what the word indie means, where it's like kind of like muddled messaging about game budgets and team sizes and all this stuff, where it's like true indie games, where it's like Silksong, perfect example to me, where it's like you either have a bunch of money, or you take a bunch of time, or you have a bunch of people, right? Like pick any two. Like Silksong had what, like 8 people soaking wet, and it took them 100 years to make that game, and it comes out and it's amazing. But like they don't even have a PR team. Like they're just like this tiny little ragtag group of geniuses making a thing for 100 years, right? As opposed to something with more money than they say they have, who, you know, I don't know. It just like everything about every aspect of this company or this industry is so weird now and backwards, where it's like, instead of big companies letting something have a smaller budget and make a reasonable amount of money and being like, hey, great, that'll shore up our shareholders, our stock prices in the middle ground, and our big projects can have a little less pressure on them to be massive mega successes, because we have all this stable of medium products that aren't expected to sell 1 billion copies, you know? I don't know. Everything's
I always sound like a fanboy, but it's like, well, it sounds like what Nintendo's doing.
Right.
Right? It's like you got Mario Tennis Fever, and then you got little Picross thing here and there, and then you've got your ports, and And then you've got the, like 6-7 year projects like a Mario or Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like, in that one regard, it does feel like for the most part, Nintendo has stuck to its like guns and its philosophy. Like where innovation seems to be where they like try and push the envelope. But they generally, if you look at like their their production and their management, they have been operating largely the same way for a very long time, and it shows. They don't, obviously they take risk where it is, but like part of this also like it's just a head scratcher too because like with the budgets and stuff like. Making live service games, making anything that is like needs to be supported in quote unquote perpetuity is very difficult. And managing live service games with content schedules and teams, it's a huge investment and huge money sink. But you also need the talent to do it. And it's like, I wonder if some of Sony's like, Concord and, what might happen or might not, what will or what will not happen with Marathon. It's like, with
High Guard.
It's like, it's like what, like seeing these missteps, but like mostly like from Sony, like it's like some of Sony's specific ones are like, well, maybe we need to like try other teams. Like they were just rotating through studios to see which ones could adapt to do that. Because even the ones who are at the top of their game right now, all like the interviews they've done, like whether it's like Blizzard, whether it's like the Square Enix, the 14 team, or like Riot, they will say like it's hard. It takes a lot to do that stuff and keep it successful, and to like just to do another one, it's not like a guarantee. I mean, we just saw that with 2XKO, like I mean, it's a fighting game, but like. Even a company that is StarCraft 2 was also like had a blunder. Blizzard. Like they can't just always replicate these massive, multiplayer games that are meant to be played for extended amount of times and be monetized over those times. Like it's a struggle. And so to think that Bluepoint had like was a magic bullet that could pull this off, I'm like, I really want to know what made them think that Bluepoint could do this. I was like, what did they demonstrate that they had it? Or is it more likely that it was just management like grasping at straws because they have no real fucking plan of attack. They're just like, we need to have live service games. Who can do it? Let's just start. Okay, you try. Someone's gonna win this lottery soon. Eventually we got to get this right. Like. Well, that's not a good way to do this.
Well, and also like, it's so funny that like everything is done in the service of like placating the shareholders, and it's like obviously, stock day trading is like gambling, so maybe they like the thrill of this, and maybe they want to gamble with people's lives. I don't know, but like it seems like such a bizarre mindset to put all your chips on a live service game. Having to hit like instantly, like the speeds at which these games are killed after they come out and don't hit numbers is sometimes kind of shocking. Like, but then I look at something like Digital Extremes with like Warframe, which fucking sucked for 3 years, and then they kept working on it, and now it's pretty sick as shit. And then I think about Soulframe, which is in their what they call preludes, right? And it's like their alpha state.
They just announced a big overhaul.
They're on
with that,
number 13, but like Soulframe has been like coming out, and it's buggy as shit, and it's weird, and it's strange, and obviously like they're able to play with it because Warframe is successful.
Reworking player progression in the 13th closed alpha update.
Yeah, it's Preludes 13.
They're just poking around with that thing until they get it right.
The thing is like. That, to me, is such a more reasonable way to do that. And obviously, yes, you need the structures to be able to play in that kind of way. But, like, coming up with some new idea and then just needing it to be amazing the second it comes out or it dies. High Guard is the most recent example, but there have been many like it. Is so wild to me. Because it's just like, how many games can we point to that had underwhelming or disastrous launches that weren't killed, that are now darlings of the industry? Fucking No Man's Sky is nominated for Best Ongoing Game, Best Community Support, etc. at the Game Awards like every year. And that shit, like everyone hated it when it came out. Like people were memeing that shit like crazy. And it's just like...
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's not gonna, it's going to be fairly rare for that kind of situation for that to happen.
Absolutely.
But it's like you have to you have to have some runway to give them a chance, right? Because like the High Guard devs were pivoting. They were looking at player feedback and like, all right, we'll change this, we'll change that. And it felt like everything was kind of like turning its way around. And like, yeah, you had that like big like mass of people that just wanted to come in and hate on it and then disappeared, which like kind of inflated their numbers and made it look like they had this steep drop, right? But it's like, if you gave it time to build a community, to get invested in it, like those people were there. There were people like, oh yeah, this game's cool.
And it could have grown back. Like, the real question is, because some of these games are budgeted in such a way where like they come out and they don't have a lot of runway left, you know? And they're like, unless we do numbers XYZ, we literally don't have money to keep going. And like that does happen. And like, I'm sympathetic to that. That sucks. But like sometimes it just feels like your first grader got a bad grade and you put them up for adoption. It's just like, where's the sunk cost fallacy working the other way, right? Where it's like everyone just gives up on everything. Like, I don't know. Games are weird. Whatever. I hope everyone who got laid off finds a job at a better place that knows how to treat them like people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, you know, again, not knowing who is at Bluepoint, what I would hope is that, like, you know, if it's still that, like, that core team of, like, technical experts that, you know, they can find someone to give them a contract to be like, okay, here's the next thing we're going to do, right?
Yeah.
So
start their own company called, like, Navy Spire or something.
But I mean, that's the thing. It's like they were their own company, just getting contracts from Sony for the longest time.
Fuck.
And then Sony goes to buy them and it's like, oh, cool, stability. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like the only people who win in an acquisition like that are like the C-suite of the company coming in that get $5 million in bail.
Whoever gets the dividends of
it. The golden parachute. Because like everybody else is just along for the ride. Like when we got, you know, acquired by Defy, like slight pay grade change, but like otherwise pretty much the same for the workers. For us, Viacom probably got something.
No, that deal was weird.
Bad example.
Viacom got stock in Defy, which Viacom a couple of years later just disappeared. So
and like we were never I mean, who cares? But like I had heard that Defy was actually mostly just interested in
addicting games. Yeah.
And game trailers
we just kind of came along for the ride,
accidentally included in the pile. So we got acquired, like, maybe not by mistake, but as, like, a weird, like, stepchild of the deal they actually wanted. Crazy. Anyway, that's how this stuff goes. DICE Awards.
But going back to the Escapist.
Oh, the Escapist.
They were there alongside us as well.
That's true. Yeah.
The head of the Escapist was technically Brandon's boss.
Yeah, in that weird office at the end of the hallway or the corner or whatever.
No, he was like in South Carolina or
Georgia
something.
Or something.
Yeah, way over there.
We met him once.
Yeah, he came by a couple of times for meetings and stuff, but
the whole Defy period, I laughed so hard.
But like Andrea was doing clever news, and then she was doing the Escapist news, and then she was doing GT news, and it was the same show.
The whole time. There was like
we have this YouTube channel where a bunch of stuff got lost because they made us because it was like 5 different brands had used that channel, and so it couldn't go to anybody afterwards.
Yeah, so weird. Everything was so weird there. I laughed so hard when it was revealed that it was like a rueful, you know, like a not really haha funny, but like. When it was revealed that Defy was like basically just like a weird money laundering scheme, like taking YouTubers' money and stuff, crazy. I think MatPat did a video about it. Whatever. All right, next up, DICE Awards. Blood was there.
Yeah,
in
DICE.
Vegas.
Good stuff. I really love this show. I go on my own dime, and I will keep going. It's like, it's never come out of the Easy Allies budget. It didn't come out of my new company's budget. Yeah, I've been doing this show the last couple of years. Did it 3 years in a row back in the day. But it's really great show because it's like it's just like 3 days of talking to people essentially. And you get the whole range of like everybody there. You know, they've got like scholars there with Alexa Ray Correa and Liz Moberly. You know, kind of have their like little groups of mentees, and then we have like these little. They have like communal lunches, where like basically if you're at Dice, then like there's included breakfasts and lunches, and so you can just kind of like go down the buffet, get your food, and then just like look at a table and figure out who you want to sit with, like you're at summer camp. And
a nightmare.
It's a nice way to meet people, and so what I like to do, with that is just like, okay, I'll find a table. It's like, okay, I know a couple of people, but I don't know everyone, right? So you can kind of like get comfortable. And one day this year, I saw Teddy sitting there as well as another guy, and I sat down, and then I realized that like, oh, they're actually doing like a scholars Q&A. So like all these students are like grilling Teddy and asking him all these like game dev questions. I'm just like, okay, I'm just kind of like an audience here for this. So it was fun. But at the same time, it's like, you have people that have been in the industry for decades and who aren't always, they're not the type of people that are out and about doing demos and stuff like that, right? So like for instance, like this is the first time that I've got to talk to Bill Trinan in like 15, 16 years.
Whoa.
Because for one, there's just not E3 anymore, right? So Nintendo's not out at a lot of things, and then the few things that they have done, like the Switch 2 reveal last year, is just all craziness. They were all running around doing interviews and stuff the whole time, so there's like no time to actually talk to anyone. And then all the people that are coming in for the awards. So like the awards night, you end up seeing a lot of people that you didn't see the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And like even like when I first got in there Tuesday, it's like, it's like, oh, I ran into Thomas from Remedy, who we tend to see at everything. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit down. I was gonna have dinner with these people over here, and then I walk over to them. Oh, it's like Lucy and Timor. And then Nick Suttner, who used to be at Panic, who did the Playdate, he just left. I forget what he's doing right now. And then Peter Brown from PlayStation, who then I go home and I see Peter on the freaking State of Play for the first time. I'm like, Peter's in State of Play now.
That was a great State of Play.
But it's like that's the kind of thing where it's just like at any given moment, just like everybody's around, like Erika Ishii was there, and the Sandfall team was there, and Tonda was there.
Tonda showing up at an awards show.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, he was at Game Awards as well.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he got 2 awards.
Yeah, I have the awards here if you want to hear them.
Yeah, I've got them as well, but go for some of them, yeah.
DICE Awards winners included South of Midnight for Achievement in Animation, Death Stranding 2 for Audio Design, Ghost of Yote for Original Music and Achievement in Character. Very cool. Shout out to Erica for that. The Alters for Strategy Simulation.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very good. Blueprints for Achievement in Independent Game. There you go. And for Game Design. Yeah, nice to go to an actual independent game. That's good. And Claire Obscure for Achievement in Story Direction, Art Direction, and Game of the Year. So there you go.
Yeah.
Some nice surprises in there.
Yeah, and then my friend Chris Kohler, that was the most mind-blowing moment for me, is because Chris Kohler got an award for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. And so he's up there giving a speech, and it's just like, so you have to understand, it's like, yes, I know a lot of people in the industry, but like me and Chris Kohler go back to when we were both on fan sites. Like, him and the rest of the like Planet GameCube crew. Well, he wasn't doing Planet GameCube, but my Planet GameCube crew and him would stay at this like kind of semi-rundown Comfort Inn west of downtown LA, and then I would go over there with my van and like pick everybody up and take them to the convention center, and then like Friday night after E3 we'd all do karaoke and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it's crazy to like Chris is getting a freaking award right now.
That's awesome.
One of those moments.
Karaoke remains to this day a treasured GDC tradition anyway.
Yeah. And I was sitting with some Double Fine people, And then they were all distracted, and they all left me eventually. So it was
everybody does, Blood.
They went off to different tables and stuff. I'm like, where is everybody now? You invited me to sit here. Anyways.
What is this segment? Blood's friends
dice.
at dice?
It's dice. It's what dice is like.
That's true.
There is they do have talks and stuff. They had a nice little set of talks the second day, Wednesday morning. So they had like these micro talks about this year. They focused on narrative, and so each person, there were like 4 people that did like 15-minute talks. So Jen from Sandfall, and then Johnny Galvatron, and I hope they post his talk. That was freaking hilarious talk. Who's doing mixtape?
Sophia just added a new segment: Blood's friends at dice. Max 2 friends.
And then Jenny, who did Consume Me, and talking about the process of making her game over like 10 years. And then there was also the Arc Raiders guy. And then they did a really great, really sweet, basically memorial for Vince Zampella.
Oh, yeah.
So Jeff got up there and a whole bunch of other people got up there, and they had little video messages from a bunch of people that worked with Vince. So that was nice. Yeah. Yeah. And then, like I said, a lot of talking to people. This year I had meetings, so that was interesting. So like met with the guy who runs Press Engine, which is kind of like a tool that we use to like send codes out to media and streamers, and got to pick his brain and learn about what is coming down the line there. Met with the guy who's works with Gamescom, and then checked out a couple of pitches for stuff coming in the next couple of years to see like whether there'll be something for our company to work with them, or potentially I can help, get them in front of some publishers that might be interested. So
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Regular old business boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. You have not? I think I've been to Dice. I don't remember.
Yeah. And then it's one of those things too where it's like a lot of people like come to Dice without actually coming, they don't actually have a ticket to Dice, but it's like if you're in the hotel and you go around the bars or the lobby, you're going to find people to talk to. So
yeah, that's the way to do some of these events for sure. Game Awards, that's the way to do the Game Awards.
Right. Yeah.
Sick. All right. We've got more to come, but if you've been enjoying this show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe and ring that bell on YouTube. It helps us and you stay connected. And now, a word from our sponsors. The moments before starting a business are scary. Before we started Easy Allies, we were like, is this thing going to work? Are we going to have viewers? Are people going to go on Patreon and do that? And then we crashed Patreon. And it was great, and it turned out to be a wonderful decision. And I hope that you choosing to start a business is also a great decision. Something that would have really helped us is something that would have given us support. Something like Shopify to help with their expertise and tools and their platform to create something that you wanted to make. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of e-commerce in the United States. From brands like Cotopaxi and Allbirds to brands just getting started. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. And what if people haven't heard about your brand? Shopify helps you find customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And if you ever get stuck, Shopify is always around to share their advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. Tackle all those important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool you need. Everything is in one place, making your life easier and your business operations smoother. It is time to turn those what ifs into with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/allies. Go to shopify.com/allies. Once again, that is shopify.com/allies. And if you are a patron of Easy Allies, thank you. It really, really means a lot to us. Before we get to my one thing, we have a new segment, Damiani's My One Piece.
Yes. Yes, I'm still in the Thriller Bark arc.
The Thriller arc.
So I now know what it all means. So it's like a horror arc, horror themed. It's actually kind of I'll get to it in a second. A little bit like a Bloodborne. A little bit. But Thriller, obviously paying, it's a thriller, but also like to Michael Jackson's song, obviously. But Bark, it's a type of ship. And I was like, because the whole, you think you're on an island, this haunted island, it's actually a giant haunted ship. It's the biggest ship in the world up to the point I'm at in the story. There might be a bigger one, but at that point, it's the biggest one. I'm like, they have like RP behind all of this. It's pretty cool. They've encountered like ghosts, zombies, all like the usual like fare, but the nefarious villains behind this arc. At midnight, the clock strikes midnight, and a hunt begins. Their hunt for the pirates, the Straw Hat Pirates, and all these crazy figures come out, like zombie knights. But like, there's also there's a lot of crazy stuff. Hard to describe what a lot of it is. They get like really imaginative, but like they're being hunted essentially. But it made me think of a gameplay mechanic. The last thing I want to say, because for a gameplay mechanic, is the kind of hook is the Straw Hat Pirates get captured like one by one. And like I don't know exactly how, but their consciousness is transferred into a zombie body, and they don't know that they're in the zombie body, but like they act just like themselves. They just don't know they're themselves. Like Sanji, the cook who fights with their feet, gets transferred into like a penguin dog zombie, and like still like, and like Nami is about to like be attacked, and he like comes to her defense because he's like creepily obsessed with Nami. That's his character. He's a perv.
You need at least one.
There's more than one, but
okay, sure.
a lot of weird. There's some very fan service pervy stuff in this show and in this arc as well. But it made me think of a gameplay mechanic. I was like, what if you had like a FromSoft game where you play when you die? At that point, you die. You level your abilities. You become an enemy in the game,
or you become the thing that killed you.
Yeah, cool. And like it keeps happening though. So you keep populating the world of versions of you. As you get stronger, they get harder. So it's like, oh shit! You have to be like tactical. Like, do I want like when you die? It's like, oh shit! Is this guy like where am I dying and how difficult are they going to be? Because I have to come back this way. I was like, it'd be kind of cool.
Did Let It Die do something, or Zombie U? I feel like there's a game where when you died, you had to kill the version of yourself to get your stuff back. If I had chat, they could tell me what game I'm thinking of.
Let us know, chat. But I would like push it further. Like it's not like you don't have to go kill them. You don't get your stuff back. It's you're just making multiple, and there's already normal enemies, but you're getting your version, and like your versions are the tougher ones. Yeah. To the point where you might be like boss characters. It's like, oh shit. Like,
I think a From game where you become whatever kills you would be interesting. But then you'd have people just dying on purpose to become a more powerful thing.
There are plenty of games where you like the enemies will absorb your souls or something though, and you have to kill an enemy.
Dark Souls 2 Onward had that, I think. But I don't know. That's interesting. I like that, Damian. Let's make that game.
Your stats, your abilities transfer into a monster in the game.
Yeah,
something like that.
Let's do that. Let's make a game. Easy Alice is a game studio now.
There we go.
We're using the funds to make this game that Damiani just came up with. And it'll have lots of fan service. Don't worry. Yeah. We'll call it Upskirt Fighters.
Hey, they have the character Frankie, who I finally met him. The one we used to do the super thing back in the day. He just walks around in a Speedo, pretty much, with like a loose-fitting like Hawaiian shirt that like just shows his like chest. So like he's practically naked, just walking around the whole time. So you have at least one guy. That's good. One guy, but then like every single woman in that show is like, okay. I was like, yeah, they definitely have a type. I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah. All right, now for my one thing. The segment where have you done this? You just talk about something other than you talk about something that outside of it for like a minute. Like movie, game, or not really a game, but books, comic books, whatever. Do you have one in mind? We could make Don go first, or I could come up with one.
I mean, it's funny because it's like Dice is just the highlight. So it's I went to the Golden Tiki with Alexa. Dragged me out to that. I didn't know it was going to be so far away. We all crammed into cabs and went over there. But like 30 people ended up being over there, so it was fun.
Well, there you go.
But
that's a great example of my one thing.
Yeah. They were like potato chips with something sprinkled across the top of them. I don't know what it was, but they was good.
This just in. Blood did cocaine.
World famous tiki bar. Featuring traditional and original cocktails.
That was a funny thing too, because Chris Kohler was over there, and Pink Gorilla is just in the same shopping center as the Golden Tiki, and so like, of
course it is.
One of his coworkers just came over and like handed him like a sealed copy of Z.E.R.O.
Fuck yeah, dude! Z.E.R.O, dude!
I don't remember which Z.E.R.O it was.
Now you're speaking my language. I hope it was Nemesis. That one's my favorite.
Still shrink wrapped, yeah.
Games.
Oh my god. If someone walked up to me and gave me a sealed copy of Z.E.R.O Nemesis, I would pass out. Don't do that. Nobody has to do that. Don, do you have one?
I don't have one thing.
Wow.
I thought it was game related, so
that could be.
Okay, I'm still playing Terminator 2 T2 3D or 2D.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Terminator 2D. Really appreciating that game. Such an interesting way they decided to
Someone
translate
did a
the
making
movie.
of.
Yeah, the more I replay it, the more I actually enjoy it. So there's a lot to appreciate there. If you haven't checked it out yet, try it out. It's really fun.
Is it up into an 8 yet?
I think it's easily an 8 now.
Nice.
In reality or in my mind? Are you
well, there
asking?
is a pretty stark difference.
Yeah.
We all know.
Anyway.
In your mind.
Yeah, it's above an 8.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I definitely feel like I did something or watched something. I should write these down ahead of time. Yeah. What did I do? Sophia, what did I do? What have we done? What is anything anymore? I'm excited about... I want to see the... Fuck. Now I don't even remember what I want to see. I'm fucking this up. I was making fun of Don for not having one thing. I can't think of a single thing. Just been playing Elden Ring in my free time. Seamless co-op mod still. So that's cool. I've been listening to Jonathan Norrell and Mr. Strange, and that's been really cool. Things are now happening, which makes for an exciting change in that book. Several hundred hours in, there's now a plot. So that's fun. That's a fun development.
Oh yeah, I joked that I missed the opportunity. I should have gotten a photo with myself, John Eternal, and Thor Odinson, because that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And missed opportunity.
It would have been an amazing caption, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to meet Thor Odinson, so that's a highlight.
That is a good one.
Just because of his name.
Thor he is the son of Odin, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odin's son.
So it's a pretty good name. It's descriptive, mythologically speaking. All right, let's talk about some games. Don, talk to us about Mario Fivar Tennis. Tennis Fivar? Am I saying this right?
Yes, I believe so. Is that how it's pronounced, Blood?
I think it's
definitely
in
not.
the original French.
Dr. Mario
Fury
fever,
synth time.
Dr. Mario,
What are
help
these
me! I have a
subtitles doing
tennis
here?
fever. Sometimes YouTube's just been automatically having subtitles on when it's muted now.
No,
yeah,
Don,
let me check,
get us off.
actually.
I'll tell you
There
even
we go,
worse
there
thing
we
that
go,
they're
there we
doing.
got them off.
They're doing auto dubbing in other languages.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I know.
I've seen a lot.
And like so like now that like I'm checking coverage and stuff from people like Spanish or Portuguese streamers or whatever, like it will sort of be their voice and sort of be English, but all the intonation is matching the Spanish. And I'm just like, what is this? What is happening right now?
Jesus.
It's like, oh
so wait, does that
gosh.
mean that AI is skimming our voices and making our voice facsimiles
If it's turned on
in
YouTube,
other
it's
languages?
turned off on our
Yeah.
channel.
Already is
It's
happening.
turned off on our channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was watching
good.
these like Latin American like tourist kind of videos where they take you around different places, but they like automatically redub the voice of the person that was doing it, and it just was like so the pacing of the way they were speaking and everything was just like so bizarre because of how they did it.
I appreciate, this is a complete aside,
I'm gonna pull.
but I appreciate because I watch a lot of like, let's say, for reasons we don't have to get into, walking tours of Amsterdam lately, especially, but over the last decade, thinking about other cities and other countries. But like, there's a thing that they'll do where they have the video on its own with no VO, or captions if you don't want them. But if you turn the captions on, they have handwritten captions explaining things that are in the video, like, this is a nice cafe, blah, blah. But
like when you'd have a fan sub and like put little notes and things.
Yeah, they're like, and they're so nice and like bespoke little like written tour that you can read if you want, but you only have to, you turn them on if you want them, but you don't have to have them on. So you could just have a nice video in 4K of downtown Amsterdam or whatever. And I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
So don't stop doing that tour video, people. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway,
Mario Tennis Fever, Don. Let's go.
Mario Tennis Fever here. A lot is on the line, as some of you know. I was pretty pissed off about the last Mario Tennis entry. I thought it was really undercooked and stuff. So there was a lot on the line for this one. And overall, I don't know. I would say it partially delivers. I've been having some fun with it for sure. A lot. I would say it's a big step up from the last one, in fact. All right. So
Interesting.
Here it is, Mario Tennis. The big thing in this is Fever. These Fever rackets, I guess.
Yeah.
These like magically powered rackets you can get that have ice, fire, like shadow, clone, all kinds of variety of upgrades. They actually have quite a few, like a big assortment, and you unlock them. One interesting thing about it is like, you're not really working to like upgrade the rackets, which I thought you'd kind of do. Like if you picked a fire racket, you could like get the evolution of that firepower. It just like unlocks other fire rackets as you go, so then you get like a spinny fire flame, then you get like a volcano eruption type racket and stuff like that. So that's interesting. You just kind of keep unlocking rackets and characters as you go. The mechanically, it feels pretty nice. It really does feel nice. I mean, that's the main thing is like, these Fever rackets just add a wackiness to it, and depending what the power-up is, it can make it just kind of silly and fun, or it can kind of be like a little bit just obnoxious and not fair and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So like a lot of times I would find myself just going back to like basically almost playing with, just wanting to play the tennis game with the standard rackets, But the Fever rackets definitely mix it up a lot, and they're fun to play with. Yeah, cut me off anytime you have any questions, Dom.
That was my biggest question because some of the like videos I managed to catch said some people lamented the loss of the more precision play of the last one because the last one was more of a technical tennis game, and that this one the Fever stuff was a little too like overpowered and turned things a little too like ridiculous for and it was like, which do you want? Do you want like chaotic party style, or do you want like the other one which went in more like you got to be like more skilled?
I want the chaotic party style. There's enough boring sports games.
I mean, that's the thing, Blood. It's a hard balance because that's the thing too, Damiani, is because they still have, I would say, a decent technical game here without the power-ups. It's just that kind of thing of like you're choosing whether you want to do it or not.
Dude, this airship is sick.
A chaotic party game. That's a good thing you call out. The arenas, Blood. The arenas in this I like a lot more than the last one. They're bigger. They just have really wide open spaces. Like, thematically, they do some really cool in-world, game world stuff like the ship and all that. But they have a stadium that's really spacious. They have some like outdoor areas where you can just like see really far into the distance and different, kind of opens things up a lot more. So the stages are pretty fun. You can a variety of courts, which I think they had in the last one, clay, grass, etc., which affect the ball speed and bounce differently. They have a variety of balls, tennis balls you can choose that, depending on what kind of course you're playing, what kind of power-ups you might want to customize that, which helps mix it up to a certain extent too. The fever powers, I would just say, are very imbalanced, because like I said, it's like some of them are really fun to play with, and you're like, oh, this is cool, but then you go up against an opponent that has some other certain power that's just like so unfair and annoying, so it's kind of like depends on which you want to go through. They've got this adventure mode, which is kind of neat. They have tournaments, they have like all the different variety of play that you'd imagine is available, but then they have this adventure mode, which is sort of a single player campaign mode, and it's definitely more extensive than I thought. Like it's essentially at first teaching you all the different techniques that you need to know, as well as all the different verbiage of tennis, because it actually turns out tennis, I realized 15. I was like, wow, tennis does have a lot of unique kind of like language to itself. But it's teaching you all the drop shots, top spin, all the techniques through all a variety of, as you can see, all variety of sort of mini game type things they set up. And then as the adventure mode progresses, it's like they have a whole elaborate plot, lots of dialogue. You're traveling around the the Mushroom Kingdom, and going to some really cool like locations. They have like overworld maps, a la Super Mario World. So they put in a lot of cool like lore and details to it. I mean, the engagement of it overall so far, I haven't beaten the whole adventure mode. It's a little longer than I expected, but like, it's just like, it's something to do. It definitely occupies your time. You don't feel like it's like, it's neat that they put it in and they went so above and beyond, like outside the just world of tennis on the courts.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
And there's a lot of fun little like mini game, the ship will be on fire. So you got to use all this variety of your different techniques and hits to like hit specific parts of the fire with water balls and stuff to put them out. So you're like progressing your skill for sure as you're getting involved in all these different mini games. So it's neat that they included it, I think, overall. And then just nice amount of customization that goes with everything. The game looks really nice, so I'm having a decent amount of fun with it for sure. The kids liked it so far as far as what they've played of it. And I would definitely say that for me, this is a big improvement over the last one, because the last one I got burnt out on pretty quickly, and I felt like it was a little jankier too.
I mean, that's a fair point, Don. Like that longevity of just feeling like it's worth picking up again, with your family or friends that come over, and and it doesn't get old too fast.
Yeah. No, it doesn't get old. It has enough going for it, and then the adventure mode really is pretty extensive and like. Just keeps you engaged, I guess, a little bit with the game if you want to do that, So overall, it's fun, and it looks real nice. And there you go. You see some of the ball selection
High-speed ball.
A lot of characters to unlock. One thing I was surprised by, at least, I didn't see, like, costume stuff, which I was kind of surprised by.
Oh, that is surprising.
Oh, weird.
I didn't see it so far, at least, and I'm a decent amount in, so like I don't know if they have any costumes or what's going on with that.
I don't know if they haven't really been doing a lot of customization for Nintendo Mario characters.
Yeah, since I guess
they've been
Mario...
moving. Like Mario Kart had it,
Mario
obviously,
Kart is like
but those
the
are
main
the
thing,
themed ones. But
I guess that's why I kind of expected it. They went so over the top with Mario Kart that I was like, oh man, they're gonna have all kinds of goofy tennis outfits, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
It seems like a bit
Mario Kart was so weird because some characters got 12 and some characters got like 1.
Yeah, and I thought like
really
with
weird.
DK that like
DK
they're
had
just
like
gonna
2
wait
costumes.
for Bonanza to come out, and they'll nope.
No.
Pauline had like 2.
Yeah,
Don, did you get to use the football at all? I saw a clip of someone playing tennis with a football in this game.
An American football or a football?
I didn't get to try that yet.
I didn't know what was that like.
Yeah,
they just showed like a quick clip of it. I was like, wait, you can hit around a football? What the heck?
Yeah, I didn't see it. I expect so. Things probably get pretty crazy down the line. Yeah, like I said, in adventure mode, I'm only like halfway through. I think there's like 5 or 6 worlds or something. It's way bigger than I thought. Like,
I saw something about it looked like a mini game, but maybe it was the story thing where they're in a cave dodging like stalagmites and freaking there's a giant cheap in like a like lake or pond in the cave, like shooting stuff at you too. So I was like, what is going on? Like this pure chaos.
It's extremely the adventure mode was way more elaborate in terms of the scenarios they put you in than I expected for sure.
Have you been playing
just engaging enough?
Did you say have you been playing with motion controls or regular?
I haven't been playing with I think accidentally it automatically starts with them on, and things were like, what the hell's going on?
It's no accident.
Yeah, and then so I turned them off right away because it was interfering inadvertently with what you actually wanted to do.
Blood.
But again, I think like the actual tennis mechanics are enough here. There's enough in terms of like you have quite a few shot variety, how you can affect distance and speed, that it is pretty satisfying to not on obviously as a full-on tennis sim or something, but it has just enough there.
Is there like a benefit from having like different team ups? Like, do you get like
you do
perks?
Yeah, you actually would have these team up hits you can do where you're both like simultaneously. If you both because you build up your fever meter. That's the other thing. So you have these fever rackets, but as you're playing, you have to build up your fever meter to then execute a fever hit. Right, and that's sort of like a top spin or a slide, one of these specific kind of hits. But then it's using your fever power. But then there's a way you can both simultaneously do it, and it creates combination power and stuff like that.
That's
That's
cool.
kind of neat, yeah. When you pull it off, and I was playing doubles and stuff also, and that worked out pretty well and stuff. Pretty fun,
Seems neat. We should group stream it.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun for a group stream for sure. And overall, like I said, I think it's a step up from the last one.
Yeah, there's that Stream Team poll.
Stream Team poll.
I don't know if it's
next week.
I don't know if it's on the poll or not, but
the rendition.
I gotta make the poll for this.
Yeah,
we're gonna make the poll. Oh yeah, I don't know if we ever officially said that, but Stream Team and Community Showcase is just always gonna be the last Tuesday of the month unless something gets in the way.
Yeah, I mean it's generally what it's been.
Yeah,
so it's just a matter of like whether something else has to bump it.
Yeah. Anything else on tennis before we move to
the only thing I'll say, I don't know because I haven't paid much attention maybe over the years to the rendition. I don't know how many games have had like the baby Wario and Baby Waluigi.
No, those are Baby Waluigi is definitely new.
God, these freaking renditions.
I'm pretty sure Baby Wario was too.
Terrifying and revolting cutscenes. They're the most just disturbing character models. Their teeth and everything. They're not quite baby. They're like, I don't know. They are babies, but they're like not adolescent. They're just like little.
Oh my gosh,
these little kid and Waluigi, and they're just terrifying.
I just Googled it. My God, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we had a reaction when that was revealed.
That is all teeth.
It's grotesque.
It's like he got hold of like his grandma's dentures.
Yeah,
or something.
that's what it looks like. Their teeth are like too big for their head or something, and there's no lines in between the teeth. They're disturbing. Yeah.
It's like horse teeth.
Yeah.
They're wearing like horse dentures.
But as you can see from some of those shots that we just passed by, in the adventure mode, they did include like a whole bunch of characters and locations and things from the Mario universe. So it is pretty neat, actually, to just, it's just that kind of stuff is fun when you recognize so many things.
Yeah.
Love it.
So yeah, pretty cool.
Cool.
Maybe we'll group stream it soon.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
Awaysis.
Yeah. So this was my one press demo at DICE. So 17-bit Jake was there from Kyoto, and there's Jake in the thing whenever he starts playing that. But so this is a cool one they've got coming out in late spring, early summer timeframe.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like a little action-y, dungeon crawly kind of game. So you've got like a little hub town, and then like you pick a quest, and then you go out into the level and beat the level, get some gear, and then come back.
I forgot about the little animal guys.
Yeah, so like you can play either single player or 4-player, and then they talk about like the co-opetition angle of it because it's like just everything
that's
is.
this game.
Yeah, like everything's flying around, and you've got like coins and gems dropping, but you also to like heal, you pick up like either bits of meat or fish or fruit or whatever, and you've got to hold on to it. But like, it takes a second to charge to like the heal.
Okay.
And so while you're charging the heal, like the enemies are also going after the food, and so the enemies could knock it out of you, or one of your other players could knock it out of you if they want it or whatever. But as you can kind of see from the trailer. They've really leaned a lot into the physics.
Yeah, it looks very cool, like skate motion kind of. Like
Yeah, it's like a kind of snowboarding inspired. So you can slide around and get some momentum off of things. But even your sword swing is physics based.
Oh.
And so it's really tempting to just be like mashing it and like hit with a bunch of light attacks. But if you take that time to like charge it up to a full swing, then you can just like get a guy flying. And I had some really nice moments where like there's like some like strings of pots or whatever in a level, and I whacked a guy and like just hit him through a whole line of pots, and the pots went flying in every direction. And then similarly, like if you slide into an enemy, you can like stun them, and then you use the right stick as like your block. So you basically hold your sword up in whatever direction and block an attack. But that is like if you get hit, if you block 3 times, then you'll get dizzy.
Okay.
So you have to like be careful that like you don't get overwhelmed there. But fun to like knock enemies off of cliffs. There's a whole thing with the story. There's a whole thing about like the villain is like shutting off all the water. So that's like your whole thing is going and like restoring the water to these environments. And the enemies will also like they'll die in the water. So like if you like turn a fountain on and there's a bunch of enemies there and you pull up and then like you can basically take out a group just by turning on the water. Oh yeah, Chip Tanaka is doing the music.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Old school Nintendo guy.
Yeah. Where is this studio? Where's 17-bit located?
Kyoto, right where Nintendo is, yeah.
I like 17-bit.
Yeah. And trying to think about what else. Oh, it's he said it's going to be a permanent part of Game Pass. So that's nice.
Galaxy, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Galaxy.
That's the game. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was trying to remember the name of that game. It was that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why, but that's the one I was trying to remember.
Oh yeah, the Dark Lord of Darkness is the villain. So they're having fun.
Pretty good. Yeah, this looks like a whimsical game.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. There's little arena too for like extra little multiplayer mini games. So like there's like a little deathmatch thing. There's like a King of the Hill. There's a mode they called Brawly Ball, which I'm guessing is kind of like soccer, where you're just like swinging your sword to knock the ball around.
Certainly someone's done Brawly Ball before. How has no one ever done that? That's great.
Yeah. The little creatures that you...
I love them.
There's Brawly Ball there. The creatures that you find sometimes to restore water in some areas, they're called dudes, but it's D-E-W-E-D, I think.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like they have been dude.
Right.
I love little anthropomorphized animals with swords.
Yeah, like they kind of have like this like a homegrown stuffed animal look, like your aunt made a stuffed animal and like, okay, I'm gonna play with this freak now.
She was trying her best, Blood.
Yeah, but he talked about like things being kind of like, you know, physics based and rough around the edges and stuff, and just how that kind of lends an air to the fun of it all, you know, rather than being like, you know, trying to be too precise, you know.
Yeah, that comes through. It looks fun. Sick.
So yeah, so it'll be. I've only played the single player, so I'm curious to like get a group and just see how the chaos plays out. It'll
either be really fun or super annoying, like that Mario game I don't like.
There was another thing in there where a guy threw a projectile, and like I was sliding and I pinged the projectile away by sliding into it.
Oh, funny.
So yeah, there's fun little things with the physics that you can discover like that.
These character designs are incredible. I really like it. Cool. Awaysis.
Yeah.
A-W-A.
Yeah.
Y-S-I-S.
Yep.
Because the logo is a little hard to read too. So Awaysis, like Oasis, but Awaysis. Slowly walking down the hall. Okay, Damiani, Scott Pilgrim EX.
Oh, the demo.
Yeah, they dropped the demo for this out of like
it.
nowhere with everything coming out. They're like, what's this? Squeeze this in here. So I was like, all right, let's check this out, because I mean the first one's fantastic, and everyone got a second chance at it when they re-released it for the earlier days of the beat 'em up renaissance, as Hubert lives to say. It's from Tribute Games, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, right? And
I believe some of the people that worked on the first Scott Pilgrim game are in this.
Yeah, they have that. But they the pedigree, the pedigree is there. They done all. Yeah, they have some of that team as well, and it is another beat 'em up. It looks amazing. It's a little bit like more of a smoothed out look, I would say, but it still looks very still looks very awesome. Anamanaguchi is doing some of the music. I don't know if they're doing the whole soundtrack, but they're definitely contributing to it. It might be on PC only. I played it on Steam.
I think we've got a Switch trailer here, so I think it's on multi-platform.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I played it on PC on Steam. So like fundamentally, you'd think it'd be like exactly the same, like right off the bat. But like it's a little bit more mechanically complex than I remember of the original Scott Pilgrim, because when you start out, it gives you a little like an optional tutorial where it shows you like heavy, strong attacks. You have like grabs, you have like blocks, you have like technicals. You have like a super ability. Like Scott just like brings out his guitar and like hits really hard, and like all this like stars come out and like knock back enemies. Ramona has like Super Saiyan, where she like powers up and like a big blast. But like I played, there were multiple difficulty settings. I did normal. There was only one difficulty above it. And I would say like it was like, it was a little like, it was not like a cakewalk, I would say.
Nice.
Because they're going for a little bit of different style. Original Scott Pilgrim, stage based. You went to a stage, start, finish, the end. That's all you played. You moved on to a next stage. This is interconnected. You can backtrack. When you bring up the map, you have like the main regions. The demo only had like one or two. And then like it shows you like branching off to like it's like a River City Ransom where you can go like up into areas, and then like you go into like sub areas.
Yeah.
Like one of them you're in. So it's set in Toronto. You start in Scott's. You start in the Sex Bob-ombs, like they're practicing at Steven's house, and Metal Scott shows up and abducts everyone but you. And so you go chase after him through a portal, and you are in like a virtual reality world where Virtual Wallace brings you to the tutorial. You have an engagement with Metal Scott, and he's like video game references are still a huge part of that. Like he does like a spin dash attack like Sonic, even though he doesn't look like Sonic. I mean, there were like green Koopa Troopa like shells on the next area in Toronto in Scott's neighborhood. You could pick up and like throw them at people. So they have a lot of that. A lot of like stuff to pick up and throw, especially like pipes. You would have loved that. They had like pipes you can pick up, swing, throw them. They like fire hydrants you can hit. The water shoot out. There's like trash you can beat up. Pick up coins again. Currency, money is still a big thing in this. They have different areas of like downtown which had shops, like a lot of eateries where you have to like experiment with read the description and kind of figure out what it's going to do. Like, is it going to fill, because you have health and you have something called like GP, which is what you use your special meter on. But you also can buy accessories to equip that, because you have like stats and everything now. It has like a little RPG light thing going on. You level up like vitality, strength. I think those are the two I remember. There probably were other ones. And you can equip like belts, badges, accessories. And they like the one I got that I really wanted to get would as you attacked, it would replenish your GP. And I'm like, because I burnt through that so fast, I'm like, how do I replenish this stuff? But yeah, a lot of enemies. Like I fought like the first area, like you fight like the vegans are all like decked out like they're like on the beach, like on a boardwalk area. So like they're just like you come up to the beach area, and like a frozen block is showing up, and you have quest. So it's like, wait, I can't progress through here. Like there's this ice block. Go a different way and figure out to come back here later. And so you go back to like the Toronto neighborhood area, which connects to downtown, which then connected to a sub area where, well, I forget what her name is. One of the characters works now at like a White Castle knockoff, and she has bombs, and like the vegans show up in like their version of a turtle van essentially, and you gotta like take the bombs and destroy their van, but then you get like the bombs that you can escort back if you want to and blow up that ice block now, or you can choose to go like a different way. It's like, I mean, the demo tells you can now take this bomb back and go blow up that ice block. I don't know if that'll be in the final version,
right?
But it was like, there were definitely things I felt like it was just for the demo version where it's like extra explanation text goes here.
Right.
The fight with the Metal Scott was like, I think you're supposed to lose it. Because I was about to die, but like it did a cutscene and then it moved on. And the demo ended right before another boss fight. So I didn't really get to do a full boss fight in the demo. Maybe there's a secret one hidden that I didn't find. It was a Todd, but Toddosaurus. He was like wearing like a dinosaur outfit, or mutated into a dinosaur. And, like he had like, because there was like this like cave girl drumming thing that I had to do, like this mini game like sequence where like stalagmites drop down on me or icicles, and they would leave bombs behind while a ton of enemies were attacking me left and right. I was like, so it gets pretty chaotic. There's a lot of enemies on screen, I feel like it sometimes, and a lot of objects on screen. And
did you in the demo, did it do this like world zigzag 2 areas at the same time thing, or is that because I'm seeing that in the trailer and it looks kind of interesting?
Yeah, they have like these portal gaps, like they look like zigzags, and you have to like unlock them, and that's where like the demo ended. Like I unlocked one, and I was about to go through it, and that's when like the Totosaurus dinosaur thing showed up, and I was like, okay. But like one portal took me to like a version of, it was like their version of Subcon, because it had like the whales from Mario 2 in the background, and it was like shooting off the icicles at me when the cave girl was beating the drums. I was like, what the hell? I was like, it was trippy. But like items, like the weapons you want to pick up, like were so important. Like there was a boomerang one, which was great, you know, because it comes back if you miss, so you can like realign. But the yo-yo was the best because you could hold it, charge it, would go like long, it would like go further. It just like multiple hit people and like hit stun them in place. It was so fun. I was like relying on that so heavily because they're like regular enemies and they're like tougher enemies that are like have like more HP and have like armor, so like they don't like get knocked back as I didn't feel like they were getting knocked back as easily. And like grabbing, you really like a lot of enemies block. You have a block, but like a lot of enemies will block your attacks. You got to recognize to like grab them and like pick them up and throw them, or you can hit them a few times, or using objects to break that guard. So it's definitely felt a little, as I said, a little bit more technical than the first game I remember, even though that one felt like it was a bit challenging as well. But I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just didn't get to play it with other people. So like, I feel like this is meant to be played with other people. Yeah. So as soon as we get that full release and we could play it all together, like looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, that looks sick. Is the demo solo only? No,
I didn't try out if you could, but there is a gameplay clip of the demo that's officially released that shows the other characters. They had Ramona, they had one of her exes, forget what the ninja one, and then
they show
the guy that Captain America played. I forget what their character was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the black shirt guy.
I don't remember his name.
The skateboarding guy. Yeah. So you can play as the exes as well, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
As well as
yeah,
Scott
Matthew
and
Patel is in there.
Yeah, like I didn't get to see it. There's an assist mechanic, but it never came up. There was something about assist. And I'm like, wait, where are the assists? Because like, one was the assist a cat, and it was going to come out and help me. I'm like, where's this? Where's the cat? Come help me. Never could do it. I was like, what the heck? So demo didn't let me do it. So there's apparently there's a bunch of mechanics that like aren't in the demo that they allude to in the menus, and like there's a whole menu thing with quest and there's a lot to this game. It looks way more has way more going on for it than the original one did, for sure.
Looks tight. Thanks,
so the demo right now, it's only on Steam for Steam Next Fest.
Okay.
But the full game is out on like everything, including last gen, on March 3rd.
March 3rd, coming up.
Yeah, not too long yet.
Sweet. Last game here, Demon Tides from Blood here.
Yeah, I only got to pop into this for like an hour and a half last night. But I think that both Damiani and Don for sure would be into this. This is
it's the platformer one, yeah.
Yeah, so 3D platformer. It's like part 3D Mario, part Wind Waker, a little bit of Sonic in there with like the rail grinding and some other things. But yeah, so it's Fabraz, who it's a sequel to Demon Turf, which I never played, but had a really good reputation, which is why I ended up playing the Bubsy 4D at Gamescom, right? And then Don got to play Bubsy 4D. So it's interesting to like play that and then play this and to kind of see like, okay, they took some of the mechanics they were working on in this and then adapted it to the Bubsy universe.
The Bubsyverse, please.
Yeah. But so you play as this demon named Beebs, and there's a part in the tutorial where they kind of go through like the backstory of the first game a little bit. And she and her crew were invited by Ragnar, who turns out to be her father, to Ragnar's Rock. And they get here, and their ship gets destroyed by like this whole red reef thing. And so like the first tutorial thing is just kind of like rebuilding a ship out of some junk and stuff that's around. And then kind of like the Wind Waker side of it is that like you hop off the ship and you just kind of like surf around and find these little like groups of levels that are out there, like a set of towers or whatever. And there'll be a couple of objectives there that like, okay, here's like a golden gear to pick up, and then like another chest that has like a cosmetic.
You said Wind Waker, like are they that far apart, or are they closer together, like maybe like Bowser's Fury style?
Maybe a little more. I mean, the like thing is you, at least as far as I can tell so far, like at least at the beginning, you don't control the ship, but like you hop off, and she can change into all these different forms. So she has this snake form where she just kind of like you can blast through really fast, either on land or in the water. And so you kind of just like zip around in the water in snake form, and then like, you know, find a level here or there. And then there will be things like red circles on your map for like bigger objectives. So I did like a smaller little level, and then I went and I found the village where you kind of get an idea of like the scope, because Ragnar's place is like this castle up in the sky, and you're like, how the heck do we get there? And you find this, you know, the village is like, they're like in this rebellion or whatever, right? And they're like, what do you mean you're his daughter? Anyways, but the other forms that there are there, like when you double jump, you have like a little bat form. When you hit the left trigger, it's like spin form, so you turn into like this purple, like little drill looking thing. Yes, and so you can combine all of these different things for the platforming. So you've got kind of like a base that's very like Mario-esque, where like, okay, you can do the U-turn jump and you can do triple jump, but then you mix in these other things and it kind of becomes a little bit more free-flowing. And there's some rail grinding. There's these like kind of crystal things where like if you get close to them and then you dash, then you'll lock onto them, kind of like what Sonic does.
Oh, laser.
Yeah.
Sonic colors.
And one thing that's pretty nice to help like ease the frustration, Damiani, is because there's like a lot of places where you get up on these tall towers and stuff, and it can be really easy to fall down and then like have to like work your way back up. But you can hold the Y button on Xbox, and it'll plant like a checkpoint flag. So if you fall down, then you can just like hold the D-pad and teleport back to where you set your checkpoint.
That's interesting.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Is that that's just always available, or is that
I didn't find any points when it was unavailable. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some challenge level or something where you can't do it.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Another thing, when I got to the island where the village is, it reminded me of carrying the baby penguin. There's like this little baby character, and you've got to like carry it to its mother. And like I started carrying it when I first saw it, but I'm like, I have no idea where this thing is. I'm gonna find gonna find the mother first and then do this. And then of course the mother was all the way on top of the whole like thing that you have to climb. So that would be a bit of a trek to figure out. So that you get your challenge and stuff in that way too. Good set of like the crew, like they all feel like a nice distinct set of characters, which is nice.
And can you choose? Do you pick one at the beginning of the game? Do you
No, you play as her.
Oh, okay.
So the others are just kind of like comic relief
characters.
and stuff.
Look like you can customize the main character.
Oh, it does look like it does look like you do play as some others. So I don't know how you end up playing as the other characters.
Or at least you changed to them briefly or something. Yeah, I was confused in the footage because it looks like different
I'm
people.
seeing in the trailer there's some other characters that you actually can play as too. So how that gets into, I don't know, because I just kind of did the intro. Yeah. But feels good. Not quite as tight as like Mario or Astrobot platforming wise, but you know,
few things are.
Yeah. It's indie and it's got a lot of fun things going for it.
I like the graphical style too.
Yeah,
looks neat.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like it's a big step up from what they did with the previous games. So, they're working their way through it.
Nice. All right. It is time for Love and Respect.
Love and Respect.
Respect.
First up from Jeffrey Kendall. Greetings, allies. I have nearly completed my playthrough of Suikoden 1 on the HD Remaster Collection.
Oh, nice.
It has been a blast, but it brings me to a very important question, and I would love the allies' opinions. Which do I play next, The Altars or Hades 2? You play Suikoden 2 because they link. They link together. Anyway.
That wasn't the choice.
That wasn't in the choices. Both are in the running for EZA GOTY, and I am excited at the prospect of playing either. So I figured since I am 50-50 on it, why not let the allies voice their opinions on what to play next between two of 2025's heaviest hitters. Thanks for the potentially spirited or not debate on my upcoming future, Jeffrey Kendall. Upcoming gaming future.
Well, both of them did write back to say thank you, so no advantage there.
Even Huber loved both.
Yeah.
I would say, Huber might have stacked it, but he loved both of them, so...
My inclination is towards the Altars.
Same.
Because it's very different, I think, than anything else you might pick up. Where, Hades is incredible, but it's also if you played Hades 1, you have a pretty good idea what Hades 2 is going to be like. It's just expanded in a lot of ways. And the other thing is that the Altars is finite.
Yeah, this was
Hades
my point.
2 can kind of go forever.
Yeah.
And in a way, Hades 2 could be kind of a good palate cleanser.
Yeah.
You do this intense thing in the Altars and you're like, all right, I need to step away for a minute. And then just go beat some stuff up in Hades, yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is I beat the Altars in 3 or 4 days, maybe. Playing it pretty solid chunks, but you can beat it. It has a finish. Whereas Hades 2, from my understanding, I've only played 2-3 hours of it. But the way Huber described it is he would do 1 or 2 runs a day, on his Switch in bed or whatever. Yeah. So The Altars is a game that you play and enjoy and then finish. Hades 2 is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you could really play either next and then play Altars during the day and put in a couple of runs of Hades whenever you want. You could do it that way. If you want to get to both of these, you will get to both of them faster if you do the Altars first and then Hades 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because beating Hades 2 will take longer. Any other thoughts on that? And then Suikoden 2, damn it.
Right?
Yeah, do get back to that. Eventually.
Most people like 2 better. For me, I love them both. 2 is probably better. I love 1 and 2. But it's cool if you've played Suikoden 1 and have your save, which I assume the HD collection will also have this functionality. It'll be weird if it doesn't. But if you had a save from Suikoden 1 on your memory card, it read it.
They said they've played 2 already.
They said they played 2 already?
Oh, I see.
Well, then there you go.
They completed it today, apparently.
Oh, you've already played Suikoden 2. All right, then. Good job. Did you like it? More than 1? Yeah. Tonfas. That's what started my love affair with Tonfas. Because the main character of... You loved it? I love that. You played it a long time ago. I see. Well, anyway, yeah. The Altars and then Hades 2 is our vote, I would say.
Yeah.
Don, can we get a close-up on the cat action while Damiani tells us if he agrees or not?
Cat is...
Your damn blur.
Filter's blurring out the cat.
Yeah, but I kind of can't move at the moment.
Gotta dial that blur back.
I can't. There's no other camera, but she's her paws are dug into my chest right now. She's like, "Hello, you're okay. You get back off now." Okay, good. Okay, good. I agree with what you said. I it makes sense just from a logistical standpoint. You're gonna play through both. Play the shorter one first. But I only played some of Hades too, and I thought it was pretty good. But after everything we discussed about the Altars, I would say you can't go wrong with either. Honestly, just which do you just want to be tied up for a potentially very long time? I just don't know how many people have played Hades 2 and feel satisfied not having to play it for very long. We keep saying it's the potentially longer one, but in terms of your time investment, but maybe you could hit a point sooner where you feel like you've
seen what there is
been
to
satisfied
see.
with it.
Yeah. Who's to say? We used to say in our family, if you have to eat 2 toads, eat the big one first. I think that was a Mark Twain saying.
That does sound like a Mark Twain thing, yeah.
But in this case, eat the shorter toad first. They're both big toads, but yeah. From L-E-L, it's in the game. From L-E-L, hey allies, hope you and your loved ones, oh thank you Jeffrey by the way, hope you and your loved ones had a lovely Valentine's Day. I'm currently playing Possessors, the Metroidvania-style game from Heart Machine and Devolver Digital, which is really good and I highly recommend it, and Cairn, the mountain climbing game from the game Bakers. Now, while not intentional, these two ended up being the perfect combination of games for me. Possessor's combat and exploration would get my blood pumping, and Cairn's slower, more thoughtful gameplay would relax and calm me down. Every moment playing Cairn, my hands were sweating bullets. I was like freaking out. So that's interesting. The next game on my docket is RE9, and I'm curious if you could pick any game, what game would you pair with it? Would you double down with another horror or action game, or would you go with something more lighthearted to even things out? Alternatively, what 2 games are the perfect combination for you? Would love to hear your thoughts, and as always, thank you for all you do. LNR, LEL.
Everyone doing combos today.
Yeah, combos.
With Resident Evil 9?
Yeah, what's a good aperitif?
Yeah.
A digestif for Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, I personally don't want to pair anything with Resident Evil 9. Man.
Our style of playing Resident Evil games, chat, if you don't know, is we binge them for 14 straight hours and then pass out. And then if we haven't already beaten them, we wake up and play them until they're over. And then by day 2, Damiani can beat them in 90 minutes. And he's got an S ranking. And he's a master class. And he's already written the
And then
game
a week
facts.
after, I'll forget it all.
And then a week later, his hands fall off. And he's never played a Resident Evil before in his entire life.
Yeah, it's funny to me because RE9 appears to be something where, like, it's sort of already doing that.
Right.
You have the sort of
Leon,
defenseless, grace sections, and then action with Leon. So be
Yeah,
curious to
it's
see how they
kinda
balance that
RE9.
out.
It's like RE4 and RE7, like back and forth or something.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do something like a fun idea, because I'm assuming it's more... I have no idea what it's tied to, obviously. So, like, I don't know how much of 7 and 8 in Village will play into this one. But, like, if it was, like, technically this is this trilogy or whatever, I mean, and they're not technically broken up into chapters, although, like some of the older ones are, like Resident Evil 4 is. They do have sections because they have to get, like, the rankings. What you could do is, like, play a fixed amount of, like, each one and, like, just do, like I'll just call them chapters. You know, like chapter 1 of like Resident Evil 7, and like chapter 1 of like Village, and like chapter 1 of Requiem, and then go back and do chapter 2 of that. Like keep playing them like that, and like see how like that goes. I don't know. It could be an interesting experiment to do that.
That's like that Silent Hill home pour.
Downpour?
No, home pour, the speed run where you play
both.
You play both at the same time, but you can only play. I forget which one's which, because Homecoming or Downpour has unskippable cutscenes. So the speed run is you play the one with unskippable cutscenes and then also play the other one only during the cutscenes of the first one. And it's like the most genius idea for a speed run I have ever seen.
That's pretty good.
So good. So maybe you could do that. Oh no, here's what you do. You play, so you get real good at RE9 so you can beat it in 2 hours. You play MGS4, and then in that 2-hour cutscene in the middle of MGS4, you play the entirety of RE9. I mean, I don't know how long the speed run of it'll be, but yeah. I mean, if you get stressed out by RE9 or whatever and wanted something calm, yeah, I think you could pair it with like Islanders or something like really chill, like afterward to pair it, slow your heart down again. What's like a recent like chill out game? When's Pocopia come out? Is that next month?
Sometime.
I want to say it's March.
So yeah.
Yeah, let me get my release list going.
RE9 and
Animal
Pocopia.
Crossing,
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing is a real time sink though, but yeah, something like that. Something like cutesy. Maybe. Awesome. Thank you, LEL. From Tim. Hi, everyone. I'm currently at the Winter Olympics in Italy. Holy shit.
Nice.
That's cool. These are my first Winter Games that I'm experiencing live on site. That's really neat. Congrats for going.
Like, I was in London when the Olympics were in London, but I was not at the Olympics. You know, it's like it's a whole other thing.
Like in 2028, we will be in LA, and I will be avoiding the Olympics.
Although my wife has the privilege of having worked the Olympics, which is great.
Shoot.
Yeah,
crazy.
When is Atlanta?
As a huge fan of the Olympics, I have played pretty much every video game related to the Summer and Winter Games. Even as a child, I played games like Winter Olympics from 1993, but my all-time favorite is still Athens 2004. The swimming events in particular were a lot of fun. It's such a shame that there are no more big official games for the Olympic Games today. What is your favorite Olympic Games video game, and what is your favorite discipline?
I mean...
Oh, and then they included some pictures.
What was the...
I similarly have, like, fond memories of when, like, was very little, right? Like, 7 or 8 years old, and there's like it's like a Winter Games disc on the Commodore 64.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know, and that was my introduction to a lot of those sports because it had speed skating and it had like the biathlon, you know, and going along the track and then shoot, you know.
Hell yeah. Have you seen that tweet or whatever that's been going around where it's like me? Triathlon is running, biking, and swimming, so certainly a biathlon must be 2 of those. And then it's like coach getting out the skis and the rifle. Yeah, you would think that.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that one, but I saw something similar where it's like talking about like, you know, the Summer Games. It's like, oh, who can jump the farthest? Who can swim the fastest? And Winter Games is like, who can survive this insane thing?
And then curling.
Go head first downhill.
Yeah, every Winter Game, and like I'm a snowboarder, so it's like I understand snowboarding. Like a lot of sports, I'm just like, that seems crazy. Snowboarding, I'm like, oh yeah, that was dank. That was a nar full send. This fresh pow is screwing up the half pipe, you know. But like, it seems crazy. Like bobsled especially and skeleton, I'm like, you're like trying to die. Like what the fuck?
Oh, I have a good pair for Resident Evil. Don't Stop Girly Pop.
Oh, yeah. No, that looks crazy. I haven't tried it yet. Just full motion shooter.
It's just so many things in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
The whole time.
But the faster you go, the more damage you do. Like that's crazy. I love that. Yeah, I mean, I think mostly I've played Mario and Sonic Olympics games. I feel like I have a vague memory of a friend with a like a SNES Olympics game, but I don't remember what it would have been.
NES had the power pad.
I remember the Nagano game for PlayStation N64.
Right.
It was like the first one, but I don't think I actually played it. I just remember seeing like footage or screenshots of it in magazines, not footage.
Know what you might be remembering, Isla? Remember when you and I streamed that funny Ultimate Ski Jumping 2021? It's on the Switch library. It's like a 2D retro style graphic ski jumping. It's very Olympics-like because you're getting
that was
scores
fun.
And they have a bunch of like ski jump tracks from around the world.
Could you inflate your genitals to get slightly longer distances in that? We should make a game where it's like a sports game, but it's all the cheating you can do. like your player could cheat. Well, I guess that's like that horse or alien racing game in UFO 50.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty fun. I like that game.
Super fun.
Yeah, dude. The Olympics are crazy. I guess I haven't played the
Mario. The 2020 Mario and Sonic Olympics had like that retro stuff in there. Like
that was cool.
Sprites, and there were like some weird like mini games that weren't all like Olympic themed. There were like some side like mini game things in there, like a speedboat thing, which was kind of crazy. But I don't remember how like I don't remember liking the 3D stuff so much, but like the retro theme things were kind of cool.
It
was like throwback to like 1964 Olympics, Tokyo Olympics, which is kind of cool.
Didn't we play an Olympics game on the Atari time, Don? Wasn't there a?
Oh yeah, it was. But it was four different versions of Pong.
It was just Pong, yeah.
It was just called Video Olympics, right?
Video Olympics. It was like Pong but tennis. It was Pong but hockey. It was Pong with something else.
We gotta circle back.
Everything is Pong.
Everything is Pong. Yeah, dude. Thanks, Tim. That's really cool. Have fun at the Olympics. Stay warm, I guess. Cool. By the way, before we get to this week's bets, Easy Allies patrons are getting 2 bonus love and respect questions. This week, we're discussing some of our favorite licensed songs in games. That's a good one. Oh. So, if you want to get in on the extended cut, become a $5 patron at patreon.com/easyallies. By becoming a patron, you will also get an ad-free version of this very podcast, and you'll get it 2 days early. You get into our official Discord, which is a lot of fun, and they do all kinds of fun stuff in there, like top 10s. You can submit questions to Love and Respect, which we greatly appreciate those. And not only do we need your support, we need those questions. Get in there. Get in there. And if you really want to help us out, you can join one of our producer tiers, which start at $25. All our producers get their names added to the monthly credits, which are read by Brandon Jones, sometimes hilariously mispronounced. I have to pick up my sister from the airport tonight, and he has never said her name correctly. It's very funny. Our platinum producers get a shout-out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout-outs go to Jabawabs, Elfanis, Lizard Wizard 64, and Raymond Wheeler III. Shout out!
Shout out!
Now join us on Patreon for those bonus questions. Patreon.com/easyallies. It is time for bets.
Bets.
I came up with this bet. I got to come up with the bet this week, and I am proud of myself. No sleep for Koname Date from AI The Somnium Files. That's the name of the game. Comes to PS4, PS5, and Xbox on Thursday, February 26th, 1 week from today. Next week, we will check the latest post from developer Spike Chunsoft on Blue Sky. How many vowels will be in that post? We will include visible links and hashtags, but we do not include videos or images or the letter Y. Their most recent, as of writing this, yesterday when I wrote this, Wednesday, February 18th, had 75. I checked earlier. They have had 2 posts since that that had less than that. So who knows? Damiani, how many vowels?
55.
Ah, hell yeah. Blood, how many vowels?
Might be too safe, but we'll see. 81.
Woo!
Yeah.
The high.
My favorite of one of those was there's just a string of A's. I'm like, all right, there we go. It's like something going on there. And like a scream just written out.
That would
cool.
be great. I hope for that.
Don.
I was nervous. I was going too high, but now I'm feeling pretty good about 45.
45. And I picked a number not for Damiani's nephew's favorite number, just as a regular number.
Sure.
67. Mm-hmm. Because I wanted to do 69, and then I was like, that's too cute. And then I did 67, and I was like, well, damn it, that's also a meme number now. Also, Blood, you get to add another word to the wild card. We changed it.
We changed the rules?
We changed it.
Do a new one every time?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm going to be here like every 3 or 4 weeks.
Hell yeah. Because otherwise, I want this name to be long and crazy. And
it's going to be long and
crazy. We don't have enough
guests.
It
already is long and crazy.
We don't have enough guests.
I'm going to try to get hip-hop in here in a couple months.
Oh, Lord, that'll be awesome. So right now, the wild card's name is the Hahamse Phoenix Herd. Hahamse Phoenix, added by our guests in the interview last time. And they did give us Quentin did give us a number.
Yeah, I got Quentin's number. Did not get one from Elaine.
Which is fine. It's easier this way if we just have one number from them. So, last week our bet was as follows. Styx Blades of Greed comes out on the 19th. How many kills will there be in the most recent trailer posted on Blue Sky? So, this one gets a little tricky. Spirit of the bet, the most recent trailer, and we asked Huber if he meant just on Blue Sky or like the most recent trailer that they posted. And he was like, Spirit of the Bet is most recent trailer.
Okay.
So in mine, I specifically said Blue Sky because it handles links differently than Twitter. And so I was like, I want those vowels. So that one is specifically Blue Sky. But this one is just most recent trailer, because the reason that matters is because they don't update their Blue Sky very often. But they just put a trailer on their Twitter 4.5 hours ago. So the latest trailer on Blue Sky was 2 weeks ago, and the latest trailer across all platforms is the current one on Twitter and YouTube. And so we asked how many kills that would have. Damiani said 5, Don said 14, Huber said 5, I said 14, and Quentin said 16 for the Wild Hamse Phoenix Herd. And the answer is 12. So, that means Don and I win. Haha.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So, that brings the scores so far in 2026 to Huber, the two-time defending World Series champions Los Angeles Dodgers, at 3. Don, Strawberries and Cream, at 4. Sorry, I read that out of order. Me, The Capable Idea, at 2. Damiani Straw Hat Pirates at 1. And the wild card, the Hahamse Phoenix Herd, is at 0. And we are going to add a word to it, I think.
Okay. We're doing it. Undulating.
Oh! Undulating.
Oh, for this week's bet that you came up with, Isla, M-Bun in chat had the funniest idea. They said you should have counted the letter Y sometimes and flipped the coin every time there was a Y to see if it counted.
I like that.
It's really cool.
Or it would just be the judgment call of
funny.
is it being used as a
Right.
vowel or a consonant here?
I like randomly assigning the letter Y.
So funny.
Like,
sometimes.
I'll roll a die every time there's a Y.
Even is Y, odd is not.
If ever we didn't have that when we put in our bets.
Yeah.
An hour and 57 minutes ago. But if everyone here is okay with that, we can add that rule. It'll probably skew it by like 3. But that's up to everybody.
It's really up to whoever if you're counting the Y's and flipping that coin. If you really
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'm game if
I
It's
think
gonna be hilarious if they do what they do with the A's and
Yeah.
it's like
Y. Yeah.
a big string of Y's and you have
In
to
the-
roll 15 times.
In the one that I from memory, in the one that I counted, I think there was only like 1. So it wouldn't. Sophia says she's not counting that. I'll do it. I'll do
maybe
it.
scratch it. Scratch this idea. Scratch this idea.
I'll do it. All right. Promotions. We had the opportunity to preview a game that is still under embargo. We got to play it. It was really fun. But so yeah, be on the lookout for that once that embargo is no longer embargoed.
Yeah. I think we're going to just kind of like judgment call based on when, because they don't know when they're going to lift it yet. So I think most likely will be on next week's podcast, but if it's like really early in the week, then maybe we'll just post it as its own thing. But
yeah, film it on Tuesday or something. We'll see. Cool. So look out for that. It's really fun. I actually quite enjoyed it. And then Blood, you had one that you're working on, maybe involved with?
Yeah, we're launching a game, Horripulent.
Horripulent?
Yeah. And
I've been thinking horror-y plant.
I missed the I there a million times when I first saw it. But yeah, so one of my clients is Black Lantern Collective. They're publishing this game from Alexandre Declos. It's his first game. And it is a interesting mix of stuff. There's like auto battler, cookie clicker kind of stuff, and then also like a point and click adventure thing. So basically, when you go down into the dungeon, like the basic attacks are just on auto, but then like there'll be points that come up for like critical hits that you click on, and then you go as far as you can survive or whatever. But the further you get in, you'll get items that are then used to explore the camp area up at the top. And then you have to like solve puzzles and stuff up there.
This actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's out now?
It will be out by the time most people see it. It's out on Friday the 20th.
Whoa!
So
that's tomorrow as we film this.
Yeah, and then you also have materials. So to buy your gear and stuff, like you have to click on the rock or the wood or whatever. But you also hire little helpers so that you're gaining materials even when you go in a dungeon. And it also does kind of an Animal Crossing style thing to where it's even when you're not playing the game, the next time you boot the game up is oh, you got this much material while you were away.
Oh, wow, okay.
So
a true idler.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fun things in there where it's it's I can pay attention to this for a while, but then I can also get to a certain point where I can just let this thing go while I do emails or go to McDonald's or something and come back and see how much XP I got. So
sick, yeah, that looks cool.
It's a fun little one.
Horripilent.
What
the hell does that mean?
I'm pretty sure it's French.
Huh. Okay. Thank you for that. Now Isla and Don, that's me and you, Don. We get to shout out anyone that's on our mind this week. Final word on anything you've disagreed with, want to reiterate, or just popped into your head, and trademark sign off. Which one do you want?
Okay, I'll do a final word to beg Michael Huber to use his unbelievable powers. As you heard earlier in the podcast, Huber's done it again, willed into existence another much desired entry in a dormant, somewhat semi-dormant franchise. So, Huber, please do it for our beloved Switch 2. Make us love the Switch 2 again, or for the first time, perhaps, with a new wave race. We all want it.
Yes.
We need it. And right before summer would be the perfect time to drop it. Just a showpiece for the hardware to really show off what it can do. What do you think, Damiani? Is that wincing? Did you hurt your back, Damiani, or are you wincing at Wave Race 2?
Shoulder.
Okay, thank God.
No.
Thank God. I thought he was wincing at the
That's your final word. So
I thought you thought it was an impossible reality for a new Wave Race to exist.
No.
That's my final word. Please, Huber.
Please, Huber.
Put it in the universe.
I was wondering if this was going Wave Race or Trials. I wasn't sure where you were heading.
I'd be happy either way. Trials on a jet ski. That would be cool. Why don't you give him a shot? Yeah.
Ooh.
A 2D Trials on a jet ski. How cool would that be?
It could flat mostly.
It could work.
I guess waves. You could have pools held at different heights.
You could have all kinds of waves, and then you could do dolphin waves submerge under, and there could be all kind of reefs and things.
I guess.
I think they could do it.
Yeah.
No, I'm cringing at. They announced Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch 2 edition today, a year after I played it, and I was like,
oh, dang.
That looks so much better. And I'm like, damn it. I'm happy for all of you who haven't played it yet. You are really getting the definitive edition now.
It's crazy.
Very cheap upgrade, too, if you already had it, and we're sitting on it, but it looks fantastic. But now, I'm happy I just played through it, period. It's fine.
Yeah. The Wii U game.
Wii U.
So you can take the rest of it.
I turned my Wii U's on recently to make sure that they don't die.
Okay.
Because there's a memory thing where if you let them go for 5 years or whatever, some of them have a chance to fail.
If you leave them on?
No, if you don't turn them on for however many years, they will basically brick.
Wow.
Nice feature.
Yeah. a big change from when they were functional. Shout out to my wife, Sophia, for producing these podcasts.
Heck yeah.
Shout out.
Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, just thanks. Great job. Thank you so much. My sign off, good night and good game. Is he there? Or did he go to the bathroom?